So it's like, all right, well, we're so confident in what we're gonna do, and we know that we're gonna have a long-term relationship with you. We might as well give you like a taste, right?
Hmm.
So you get the taste, and then they're hooked. It's like crack. You're selling crack. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
legal, helpful crack that's
Yeah,
not bad for you.
right.
Like that. Yeah.
Hey everybody, Frank Peterson, frankpetersonbroker.com. Hope you're all doing really well today. And we have another episode of our show. We have a really great guest, Dan Kolarits, and he works with Kolspar Drone and Imaging in the local area, in the Kendall County area, surrounding counties. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. If you like this show, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you have something that's interesting or funny or something that you don't like or that you think is stupid or needs to be changed or anything like that, leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share this off to people that you think might be interested. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So Dan, let's get you on the screen. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing really good. Doing really good.
See you
I'm really
smiling.
happy to have you on today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
And I like your hat, by the way.
Thank you. It's my favorite hat. It's my lucky hat.
Lucky hat, huh? Does he bring you luck?
Got to support, America regardless of what's going on. So,
Hey, you name it. I can be a big patriot and a big fan of this country and not be a huge fan of the people that run the country at the same time, right? So
yep, that's every
that's kinda how
election. There's always something.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So why don't you just do a quick introduction about yourself and about Kolspar, and just give us an idea of kind of what your background is, and then how you started this business, and kind of what your
Okay.
direction is moving forward.
Yeah, I can do that. It's kind of a interesting story. I was a bank manager, and they decided to close a few branches. They offered me a position in another location. I've been in banking and finance for a long time. I talk to a lot of real estate agents and all kinds of people. So it's the part of the business I love is talking to people. Decided that I didn't want to make a commute, and I've been a long time business owner, and started doing flipping houses and things like that with investors when I was 18, and decided to kind of take a different route. So my route being, maybe you should focus on real estate. So I was sitting to get my real estate license, but I also have a background in, videography and things like that. So one of my clients I met, his name's Mike Sparpaglione, who's a legitimate certified genius. So he's a super smart guy. And we got some questions from some police officers that I know about abilities that we have, sort of making trackers and also preventing theft for people. And we started a company called TVC. We're the first to do that, and we can help prevent theft. And if it does happen, we can recover your stuff. And that eventually turned into a technology company. Started building trackers and all kinds of other stuff. And my genius business partner, who's into anything technology, started getting into drones. So we got our FAA pilot's licenses and all that stuff. And, I'm like, a lot of people in real estate, they could probably use some photography. And then we got more deep into that, and then found out about Matterport and a few other different imaging services that we could provide. And now we're a full-blown technology company, but mainly focused in the real estate market. So Matterport, if you've never heard of it, is kind of like the new gold standard that everyone should have, but no one's ever heard of. If you've ever played a video game, I'm sure most people have. It's kind of like that. You can click on a home or business or whatever it is, and you can walk through the entire house as if you were there. So that gives a lot of abilities. It kind of saves a realtor some time, and it gives the customer a lot of information before they even step foot in the house, see if it's the right one for them. But we moved on from just doing that to doing floor plans, so you can make sure all your stuff fits in the house. We do all the drone photography, general photography, you name it, we can do it. So it became kind of a real serious passion, and part of this business is, again, working with people, which is back in banking what my big kicker was. So I still get to continue to do that and be self-employed and make people happy, and help sell homes and help people find new homes. So it brings me a lot of joy. So right now I'm just trying to meet everybody I can and let them know what we do. I try to donate my time to the community and as often as I can, as many ways as I can. And I know you do the same thing by doing this show. So I really appreciate you having me on. I think everybody should be watching it. Not necessarily my episode because I'm on it, but really look at everything. But that's really how we get started. We just kind of developed into something totally different than I ever imagined. But it really worked out the way it should. And we're both really passionate about it. I go to the office every day and never feel like I'm working. But even when I'm crawling around, commercial spaces and getting, breaking my back and stuff, it's still fun. It's still nice to do. And it's fun watching people just get that wow factor. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. So that's our big drive right now.
It really is neat. Yeah, I've seen some of these Matterports, and just the technology is just amazing. It's funny that you mentioned video game, because that's exactly what it's like. It's like, you have these special 3D cameras, and you go in and you take 3D imaging of the entire space, and then it links together into the specific points within the space. So you can click like Google Maps, and you move through the space in whichever direction you want. Say if there's a door or threshold, you can just move into the next room, or you can basically navigate throughout the entire place and see 360-degree imaging. It's like you're there, so it's like a virtual tour.
Yeah,
really cool.
If you ever used Google Cardboard or any of those little 3D glasses you can get for your phone, they even have it now where you can change the view settings to where it's actually in 3D, because we do laser scan everything. So you can walk through the house and have the goggle things on and look around like you're there, and it's pretty neat.
Oh, so like the VR headset things?
Yeah, that or just the cheap ones where you throw your phone in. Those little $10
like the Oculus or whatever. Yeah,
Oculus will work, or if you have a little cardboard headset, that'll work too. But and then we do the videos for people who don't really care for technology as much, but still want to see what the inside of the house looks like. We can just hit play, and we try to do good by everyone and make sure that all areas are covered to make it easy for everyone to view the home, because that's usually the biggest purchase of your life is a home, or business is a big expense too. So if you're selling a business or buying a business or building, you want to see everything about it that you can. Mm-hmm. So our job is to fill in the gaps. And right now, there's a lot of people that list their homes and all they have is just a couple pictures of the inside of it, and it's not really showing off with the character of the home or any of the bells and whistles. We really need to wow people, but nobody around here does what we do. So we thought we'd take advantage of that, and it's just been a blast. So
yeah, in this day and age, everybody's online all the time, and you see people driving around, they're on their phones all the time, and we're walking on the street and they're just staring at their phone while they're walking on the street. It's crazy how we're all so plugged in these days. So yeah, it's adapt or die, right? You have to cater your experience and your marketing to the trends of the time. Right now, the trends of the time are technology, very, very strong on technology, right? So having a Matterport, having high quality images that can be displayed online. What you also do a photo collage video kind of thing, right?
Yeah, slideshows, unlimited photographs. If somebody, even buyer owner, if they're selling their house, and you know what, I really wish I had a different angled shot of this room. I can hop back into the house virtually and then retake the pictures. So it's cool. It's really neat. So
what do you see more of? Do you see people getting package deals, or do you see people getting just Matterport or just photos?
Usually the package deal. We've priced ourselves because we're not doing this to get rich or be millionaires. We just want to provide for our families and be a part of the community and do business, and that's it. So we're intentionally priced for a full-blown package with everything you want. You're looking at low 400s, and just to kind of show people what we do, because it's kind of unheard of in this area right now. Every new agent that we work with, or even home buyer, they've their investor or whatever, we'll go out and do the full package for them, completely complimentary. They don't have to pay us a dime for it. And then if they choose to do business with us, then great. That's great for everybody. But generally when we do that, we get a lot of calls back. So
I know you pitched that to me. I was like, wait a second, you mean you get a freebie? Like I
You
didn't
do, yeah.
quite catch it the first time. It was like too good to be true. It was like, wait, all right. So what's the catch?
That's the biggest
right?
pushback. Yeah, because you're like, it's got to be too good to be true. I'm like, no, we believe in what we do and in our product, and we always make it right with our clients, and we want to show that it's a relationship business.
That's really impressive. Yeah, so that's like a sign of good faith, really, right? So it's like, all right, well, we're so confident in what we're gonna do, and we know that we're gonna have a long-term relationship with you. We might as well give you like a taste, right? So you get the taste, and then they're hooked. It's like crack. You're selling crack.
Yeah, legal helpful crack.
Yeah,
Not bad
right.
for you. But yeah, I mean, and then the bottom line too is, you got to sell a house or something. You're the seller, and
Yeah.
you want to spend a lot of money, and if you're the listing agent, you got to do a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and if I could save you some money on that too, it's better for everybody because people have to buy groceries and things like that. So, we could charge what other guys are charging. I could jack my prices up, but we just don't do that.
Pricing from Matterports. Yeah, I mean, there's people out of like Naperville and further east that do that and offer that service, and yeah, they are charging. Yeah, it really adds up quick. So yeah, you're definitely within reason. Reasonable, and yeah, I really appreciate that. Plus, I've known you for a while, right? We go back a little bit, kind of know each other. We've been working in the community and different roles and things like that throughout the years. So, wait, tell me a little bit more about the GPS stuff. Do you spend a lot of focus on that, or is that just kind of on the back burner nowadays?
We did. It's kind of on the back burner now. We just get when people call us, we do it for them now. We don't run radio ads or anything like that because now it's starting to get known in the area. That's a little bit more difficult because people have heard of pictures and things like that, before for Kolspar. But when you have a product that's never existed or a service that's never existed before, it takes a lot of time and money to educate the client on what you're actually doing.
Well, what is I imagine it's like a physical GPS tracker that you put on some object like a vehicle, and then you ping it in order to get
that's one thing
location.
you can do. It's I don't want to say complex because it's not complex, but I have a lot of friends that are like detectives and things like that. So I get a lot of feedback on what they need to solve cases. And I was told, it'd be great if somebody would make something that could do this. And Mike and I actually figured that out. So we actually photo document everything in your home like a crime scene. We actually use the exact same forensic scales that they use in a crime scene. So everything's documented. Then from there, we can actually put little ID labels on everything. From there, even if you had a ring, we would weigh it, scale, get all the documentation possible to prove that it's yours, any identifying marks. Then we can chip it also. As a matter of fact, the watch I'm wearing right now has a chip inside it. Yeah. So somebody, this particular watch has a really hard back to take off, but if you're just the average person stealing something, you're never going to know it's there anyway. But we can go in with a reader and it'll actually kick back a code that's assigned to you and prove that it's yours. Because the two issues that I've been told by law enforcement is if something's stolen, how do you prove it's yours? And then how do you identify, how you find it? And then how do you get it back is, I guess, the third thing. So if we can identify it well enough to make sure that there's no possible way that it can't be identified as yours, then it's not going to sit in evidence forever. After close cases, you can actually get your stuff back. The other side is we can track, and that's where the trackers come in. So we usually bait a few things. We've actually designed our own trackers, improved them, shrunk them down. We have a Bluetooth version that can run for about a year and a half without recharging. And we shrunk it down a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit bigger than a nickel. We do all designer cases, make everything ourselves. And then we have actual full-blown GPS trackers that also use LTE as backups and all kinds of stuff. So we had an instance where some pallets got stolen. And when the police came to identify where it was, it's right here in Michigan at this gas station. So pretty neat. So there's so many levels of things. Because what happens, all that stuff, if something gets stolen, they would then contact us. We would give that directly to the police. Everything's secured. We don't pass stuff along the internet so nobody knows what you have. If something happens, the police would come to us. We'd download, or essentially they would retrieve all of the data that we've collected, put it in a system called a lead system, which goes national. So let's say somebody gets pulled over, they happen to have a TV that matches a lead description. They can look and they'll see all the dimensions, identifying marks, stickers, and all that. And if they even changed everything, I could still hit it with a scanner and it would kick back a code. And more than likely, it's also tracked. So there's a lot of redundancy. But we have customers in California. They got them on their drones. We have local customers out here. The biggest thing with stuff getting stolen is, you think, hey, something happened, I'll just file an insurance claim. Well, it's only good for so much with your homeowner's insurance. You have to get a personal policy. There's a deductible. And then if somebody steals your wedding ring or whatever, you're more apt to get it back because of its sentimental value than actually just buying another ring. It's not just a ring to that person. So that's what we do. There's a way to do it. We could ship it. It's actually best to just get very good shots of any scratches, get the exact weight, dimensions, and that's nearly just as good. There's a lot of tips that we give out that we learn. That would go in the lead system. Mm-hmm. So let's say you bring it to a pawn shop, for example. They have to take pictures of it. They have to put any serial numbers and everything, stuff that goes through the police department every month. So if it matches the exact description of what's in lead, boom, there you go. Yep. It's going to show up somewhere, unless they're wearing it on, they just really like that ring and they want to wear it every day. Maybe that's a scenario. It's not foolproof, but it makes the likeliness of getting something stolen, not getting it back, it greatly reduces that. Plus, we try to give tips like, I don't know if you do this, but when's the last time you cleaned your windows on your house?
My house?
Yeah.
Last summer.
The exact date?
Probably no. Maybe like August.
Yeah, so
something. Yeah,
so I learned from from a detective actually. That's something you should keep track of. Just little tips can help you out too. If you just keep track of when you last cleaned your windows, they know what prints to pull, what not to. A lot of details can help them solve the case just by doing that, by cleaning your windows and recording them when it was done. If you have a jewelry box, every time you close it, wipe the jewelry box because there usually be prints on it. A lot of times these bad guys don't wear gloves. It's not like the movies. Yeah. So we got pretty heavily involved in that. The amount of technology and money we had to spend just to get that going is pretty heavy. And then the Kolspar thing just became fun. And so we do both, but right now it's mainly Kolspar.
Spending more time on the imaging and the Matterport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
I'm never bored. We always have something.
If you're going to be putting GPS trackers in drones, then it's like you can, that's like a hybrid of both of the ideas, right?
Yeah, a little bit. They already have a GPS in them already, but this one runs separate from it too. Okay. So we, if they can't find it, granted, they're probably not going to rip the thing apart, and by the time they do, I'm going to know all their last known locations, so it's pretty easy to find. Yeah. But even if they pull a battery out, it's still going to work. So we're building a couple right now for some vehicles that'll run off the battery for years. It's an active GPS that'll report anywhere in the world, and if it can't get a signal, it'll switch to another telephone provider and ping back its triangulation locations. There's a lot of, again, redundancy is key. Just kind of overdo it, and you get your stuff back. Just get the bad guys off the street and get your stuff back in your pockets, and everyone's happy.
It's over-engineering, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of the idea. Yeah, you got to think a couple steps ahead of the bad guys.
Got to engineer the shit out of it.
Yep.
Well, hey,
like I said, we're never bored. We go to the office every day. It's either Kolspar. If somebody needs a tracker built, we'll do that too. We love helping people any way we can. We don't do everything just for money. We've actually helped out a lot of people for free that just needed it because they had a break-in. So.
Yeah. Well, tell me, let's get back to the imaging and the Matterport and all that. Tell me about, you've been doing this for a while now. So do you have any, interesting projects, anything that was, really big or really just, inspiring, anything that comes top of mind to you? Can you tell, a quick story about, something cool that you saw in your travels?
Jeez. A lot of interesting stuff. Met a lot of neat people. Sometimes the homeowners there, and they don't really know what to expect until they see it. I guess the wow factor is always the interesting thing for me when people actually see what it looks like when it's done. But I guess one of the last ones we did, I was told that as soon as they uploaded everything on the MLS, that is the most views in the shortest amount of time they've ever had from that. So in a real estate perspective, that's really good. But we had another one that we did, and then within a few days, it actually sold right after that. So I don't want to take all the credit for that, but it may have helped. But it helped the customer get some money. And then sometimes we have folks that, a family member passed away and they have to sell the house because of taxes and this and that. So, it's just nice to be able to move things along a little bit quicker for people, because unfortunately people need the money and life happens. But I don't know, generally, we have a checklist, that we send out of what you need to clean up and do, before we get there. So usually we don't see anything weird laying out. Like, I've been to a house before that they had like a gun just laying on their bed. So, yeah, don't do that. But yeah, I mean, just the inspiring thing is just getting things moving along, getting people what they want, and I have a million goofy stories that I don't think are appropriate to talk about right now, but I've had a lot of interesting interactions with people that some of the stuff they say and do is just, it's funny. It makes the job fun.
Yeah. That's wait, let me pop up. All right, here we go. So, yeah,
I'm sure you run into that quite a bit.
Business, and I mean, we're both in the business of working with people, right? So, just there's all sorts of interesting things that happen when you meet new people, and everybody's wired just a little bit different from each other. So, some of the conversations are pretty darn hilarious. And you're right. We're gonna try and keep this kid friendly. I did swear once. I apologize. But yeah, I mean.
I don't have virgin ears, so you don't have to apologize to me. But that's okay.
And I've heard so many stories about especially like weird sex rooms and stuff. Just mirrors on the ceiling and
and you may have seen a thing or two in your line of business too. So
and full on. I've never seen a full blown red room. You ever see the movie 50 Shades of Grey or whatever?
Yeah.
Did you ever get dragged into that one?
No. No. The Room or the movie?
The movie. The Room.
I got dragged into the movie,
God.
not the Room. No,
not the Room.
I did talk to an appraiser actually a while back, and he had an interesting. He thought he was gonna get killed. He was in Southside Chicago, and he did an appraisal, and they wouldn't let him in the basement. The homeowners were there.
Oh God.
And they were speaking a different language he didn't understand, but they seemed kind of like they were arguing. And he's like, I gotta see the basement to do the appraisal. And then you walk down, there's like a weed growing operation in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then he just went up and he goes, oh, you guys are into horticulture? My sister does that. It's cool. I don't know what kind of, I think that's this kind of flower, blah, blah, blah. Like he just played totally dumb, and they kind of let him go. But it seemed like they're debating whether or not they should do something with him, but he just played stupid. But I'm like, that's not a situation I want to be in. And he's like, yeah.
Grow up. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird. You'd have an appraiser come over, and then you'd have a growing operation in your house. And,
what are they thinking?
Yeah, but what are you thinking of doing a growing operation too? So I don't know. Everybody's got their own
I know.
business ideas, I guess. But some are legal and some aren't.
Well, JB says he's going to legalize it. We'll see
what
happens.
Yeah, I know a lot of states say they're making money on it and all that stuff, but it'll be interesting.
Colorado is just booming right now. It's unbelievable the growth that they're seeing. And they've got it legalized, and they've got it, being taxed, and they're driving a lot of tax revenue out of it. And what do they cut their homeless in more than half, or it's like their homeless has decreased to less than half of what it used to be, because of the additional revenue that's from the legal recreational marijuana. And they allocated that towards services for homeless people and
that's nice.
And other things. It's crazy. But
I'm surprised they didn't do that with alcohol tax and tobacco tax too. They could do that now. If you think about it, they could. But I'm sure Illinois is different. They got stuff to spend money on.
This
that
whole balanced budget that
we
talking about.
won't talk about that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we have balanced budget with
I'm waiting for like Bill Maher or somebody to come out and start talking politics in a second. It's going to get a totally weird direction. All the, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they do it, that's great. As long as they're doing something good with the money, just like they do with the slot machines. So,
Yeah.
but as long as it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah. So you had mentioned about the community, that you're community oriented. Tell me some stuff. Are you part of like any chambers or any groups, or how do you
Actually,
stay active with the community?
yeah. So, well, first of all, in banking, when I was in banking recently, one of the things I do, I go to senior centers every couple of months, and I do an hour-long presentation about identity theft and fraud, things like that, and how to prevent it, how to identify it, to
really great.
educate everyone. And you'd be surprised, almost everybody in there has had something happen to them. And not just older folks, I mean, really everybody. So I do that, volunteer my time for that. And then in addition to that, I would usually get to donate money to the schools, or if we have a sponsorship or something, like somebody asks us for a sponsorship, we like to do that. We participated in community Halloween things for business. I know I can't say the department, but I volunteer my time as an auxiliary officer to for free, just to help out search and rescue and things like that. Because if you live in a community, I think really everybody should do their part of whatever they're able to do. There's always something that somebody can do, even if you never leave your house. You donate $1 to something, or start a movement in a positive direction. There's always something you could be doing to helping out. So to meet more folks like that and do my part, I'm joining the Chamber of Commerce over in Yorkville.
Nice.
Also, so possibly Plano as well, which is actually the next place I have to go after I talk to you. So
yeah,
there's quite a bit of
chamber. The president, his name's Rich Healy. Poor guy just had a stroke like a few days ago or like a week ago. So he's in recovery. I feel really bad for him. He's become a pretty good friend of mine. I've known him for some time now, and yeah, he's been better. So, anyways,
this happened.
Yeah, I'm wishing him the best of luck. I hear that he does have a pretty strong recovery coming back, and that he might actually be released pretty soon from the hospital. So that's really good.
That's good.
So yeah, I'm really rooting for him. I hope he does really well. But I don't really know if anybody's going to be a resource for you to help you to join the chamber in the near future. I mean, I'm on the board, so you could talk to me about it, and I could get you, the stuff that you need. But I need to get myself back on the screen. All right, here we go. But anyways, yeah, Rich, poor guy, he had a stroke, so let's be mindful of that. But I can definitely get you in touch with, we have like our membership chair, and that's Mike Shepard. I can get you in touch with him. He actually is right here in Yorkville. He works with shelter insurance.
I know Mike.
He was at the hotel. Yeah.
Goofy
guy.
He's a great guy. I actually ran into him on his daughter's birthday at Target the other day.
Oh, did you really?
He's a great guy.
He's a real goofball. He's a character. I love that guy. He's like 100% energy all the time. Just like the energy, like Energizer Bunny. Awesome dude. Love him. He's a goofball too.
Well, when you train nights and stuff like that, I guess you got to be a special kind of person to have that kind of energy.
Yeah, right. So anyways, he's a chair of membership now, and he'd be very happy to get you the documents and stuff, and tell you, the perks of working with the chamber and all that. But yeah, highly recommend the chambers. They do a very, very good job of helping to serve the community, networking with business owners, helping them to network with each other. They do a lot of work with giving a lot of exposure to like the local charities in the area, 501c3s, fully tax deductible charities are always good for businesses, Yorkville, Plano Chambers, I love them both. They're both really good, and I'm pretty active with both of them. But yeah, I agree with you 100% about like just community involvement, and I know my nerd part of me is coming out, but Spider-Man, there's like Peter Parker, and he says with great power comes great responsibility. That's like the whole phrase with like Spider-Man. That's like his whole thing. But anyways, you're right.
And everybody gets one.
If you have the means, if you're able to do something to help the community, then absolutely, like it's your obligation, your responsibility to do it. It's we're all in this together. And I think that that's something that's been lacking, especially in the last like 10 or 15 years. Probably since the internet's been getting a lot more popular. It's like our local sense of community has like gone down, while this like world communication sphere has been like going up. So it's like we've been more interested in like being entertained with our screens than trying to like have that real connection face to face with people in the community, right? And I think
Well, with social media now too, I'm not knocking it or anything, but it seems like a lot of it, you see more negative things than you do positive. It's not, I'm in my mid 30s, but I used to know all my friends and family's phone numbers. I had to memorize them because I didn't have their name in my phone. But just having real conversations with people and stuff. And now people just send you messages and emojis and things like that, or, something terrible happens that you can do something about, and maybe they'd actually go, you have a friend having a bad day, you might go visit them.
Yeah.
Now people just go on Facebook and they're like, some positive comment, and they feel like they did their good deed, and it's nice that they say things like that, but you're not really helping anybody.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just to see people get out and I don't know, have more human interactions.
Well, there's a phrase for that. It's called virtue signaling. You heard that before?
No, I've not.
So it's like if some disaster happens, somebody says, "Oh well, thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of whatever."
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't really do anything. All you're
No,
doing is
it's
just like signaling your virtue to other people to try to make them think that you're a better person, but it doesn't help.
It's trying to draw attention to yourself more than the situation, really.
Yeah, it's like if you want to help somebody,
Maybe not.
get up, start some sort of a campaign, get out and start donating, raise money, physically go out there and like help people. Like there are things that you can do to be a positive influence, that can really help. Where, just typing out, my thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this latest tragedy or whatever. And then 2 months later, something else happens. It's like, my thoughts and prayers go out to these people now. And it's like, you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, you just want to not look like a jerk, basically.
I suppose.
So, I have a buddy, actually. He's a really good guy. He went through a rough patch in his life, and, cool guy, covered tattoos, funniest guy you ever met. Then he used to swear and drink and all that. He doesn't swear, he doesn't drink, nothing anymore. And like last time, what was it, like a couple years ago? There was a local tornado disaster, and first thing he did is call me up, and he's like, "Hey, let's go out and like donate food, or you got any extra clothes? Go help these people out."
Wow.
So it's kind of inspiring, but I mean that's also because I talk to people and face to face, and they come up with good ideas to actually help people. So I try to do my part best I can, and I don't know, you do get something back out of it. It's not entirely free. Helping people makes you feel good. So
yeah,
message to all you out there that haven't helped anybody yet today. do something.
Absolutely.
You'll get something
involved
back
with
for
the
it.
community.
Yep.
I think people are just like hiding in their homes. It's like, get out. Go out and walk around. It's nice. The weather's nice now, so go out and talk to your neighbors and get involved with the church and the school and the community and the community center and the chamber, and get out there and talk to other people. And I said it in another episode. I'll say it again. The TV makes everybody look scary, and it makes like the news makes like the world seem like it's like a horrible place because they only talk about bad things. It's like go around and talk to the people in your neighborhood. You'll figure out that everybody's they're all just struggling with their own problems, and they're just doing their thing, and they're probably not as bad as the TV makes people out to be as a whole. So
Yeah.
get out there, make a new
Well,
friend, and try and see what you can do to help other people, and you'd be surprised.
There's a saying, follow the money. So
Yeah.
if you look at the news and they got bad things on TV all the time, you'd always just turn it off. But if it makes people watch it, follow the money. Are they getting paid for it? Yeah, that's how they're making money.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that the newscasters on TV have some sort of agenda? Get out of here.
No way.
Come on.
Nobody has an agenda.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
well, when you start throwing big amounts of money around, people start changing their opinions and actions sometimes, and that's not always the right thing to do.
I'd have to agree with you on that. All right, well, we're kind of running out of time here. Anything that you wanted to share? Any last words?
Well, Last words. Well, I don't intend on dying today.
No, not like that.
I hope I
Like
don't.
a final statement, closing
Would be
statement.
my last words, but no. Like I said, I'm glad you're doing this because you're doing your part. Helping out business owners, which trickles down, lets me help people and helps feed my family and so on and so forth. So keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you having me on. I'll do my best to promote you too. And if anybody needs anything, like I said, the freebie thing is not it's not too good to be true. We really want to help people. And it's not by, I don't have $1 million to hand out to every individual person, help them that way, but we do what we can. So if it helps your business or it helps you, make a big step for your family by purchasing a house or starting a business, whatever it is, it's everyone's tied together in some way. We can all help do something for somebody else. So you're doing that for me.
That's the definition of community right there. So absolutely. All right, Dan Kolarits, and you told me that I love that little trick. It's like cola and Ritz, like Ritz crackers.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Yep.
So that's the best little trick, and I'll never forget how to pronounce your last name ever again.
Yep. Yeah. High carbs.
What?
I gotta get in better shape. Said all high carbs.
Oh yeah, right. Well, hey, if people want to get in touch with you in order to do photography, drone photography, Matterport, GPS, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, a few ways. You can go to Kolspar.com, which is a mashup of my last name. My business partner is KOLSPAR.com, or 630-229-8563. Or if I run into you and you see my face, don't be a stranger. Just come on by. I'll talk to you. So, all right.
Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come out here and talk to me. And we're trying to do this show every week. I know that we've had a couple of weeks of no content. Apologize for that. I got sick one day or a few days, and then it kind of, in this business, if you take 2 days off, it's like you got to take 2 weeks to get back on track. It's crazy. But anyways, so sorry for the delay. We're going to try and have content every single week, and I appreciate everybody. If you like this show, give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, give it a like. Share it out to somebody you think might be interested. Share it out to somebody you think might be interested in drone photography or Matterport. And leave a comment and subscribe. So, really great. Hope you all have a really great day. Dan, thank you again for coming. I really appreciate it. And
thank you.
We'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Take care.
Thanks.
This is Frank, a professional real estate broker and business broker. Frank helps people buy and sell all types of commercial property. He helps business owners find space to lease and helps landlords fill their commercial vacancies. Frank helps business owners evaluate, market, and sell their businesses with or without real estate involved. And he also helps people buy and sell homes. To learn more about Frank and his services, go to frankpetersonbroker.com. And he'll be Frank